Good morning, everyone. Another beautiful day opening up out there in beautiful Boulder, Colorado. And is there anybody here who's from another Unity church? Anybody here for the first time? Keep your hand up in the air. We have a gift for you. Keep your hands up. Our ushers are going to bring you a gift. All right. Okay. Over there, there's behind you too. There and there. You can't split yourself up. You have to get some more. Okay. All right. At the bottom of that bag she just gave you as a gift, there's a certificate for a free bale of hay. You can pick that up at the hay and feed store. Okay. It's nice to see you all here. Be open. A great talk is coming your way from a great minister. Look forward to it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Boulder. I got a few announcements, a few upcoming events are going on here today, and I really hope I get all the facts on this one correct this time. You'll tell me if I'm wrong. We have an upcoming 5-week workshop with a good friend of Unity's, Zoilita Grant. She is a wonderful life coach. The title of the class is Secrets to a Successful Life. It takes place on 5 Tuesdays in a row starting April 9th, and it goes from 6 to 7:30, and you can sign up for it over in the bookstore. You can call us on the phone, or you can do it online. It's $100 for the whole thing. Zoilita is a wonderful person and a great healer and teacher, so I highly recommend checking out this 5-week workshop. Let's see. If anyone here has ever wanted to join a church choir, or even if someone once told you, hey, you kind of can sing okay, we would love to have you join our choir. You don't have to sign up for it. All you have to do is show up this Thursday at 6:30, and it's led by Norma, and she'll find out what spot in the choir to put you. And it is such a great, fun time. You get to meet all kinds of other like-minded, Unity-going folks. So please check that out. We'd love to have you. And this is for our Easter services that we will have on Easter Sunday. So definitely come play with us and have fun. And over in Fellowship Hall right now, we've got my man Joel Gutman is over there. He's getting ready. He wants to do some Earth Day planting, and he wants to do some early planting in pots at each other's houses, and then we'll transplant them later in early April on and around Earth Day. If you're interested in that, please go see Joel. You'll see him. He's got some tables in Fellowship Hall. You'll know which one it is because it's the one with all the potted plants on it. So go say hi to Joel. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity today. This is the point in our service. It's a call to prayer. This is an opportunity for us to put prayers out there for people that might be needing some answers to their prayers, or it's okay also to pray for yourself. In front of you in the pews, there's a prayer sheet, and you can write people's names on them. And Steve Sheets will come down the aisle. He's the head of our prayer department, and he will pick them up and bring them up to our prayer box where they'll be prayed over here in Unity for 30 days, and then they'll be sent off to Silent Unity in Kansas City and prayed over for another 30 days. So we know that we're not changing God when we pray, but what we are doing is aligning with God mind, becoming a part of ourselves that recognize that all healing is possible, and it comes from within us, right? It's that merging with this higher consciousness that we are when we remember the truth of our being. So we're going to sing this song, and it's just to really call spirit into our hearts, leave the world outside these doors, and just enjoy the next hour and bless yourself for this time. are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me, and I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. Now join us in singing with us. They say to sing is to pray twice. You are the air I breathe. You are the air I breathe. Your holy presence living in me, and I'm grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you. So grateful for you. And so it is. Consider ourselves blessed and grateful. All right, today's music is being shared by friends that share their music with us a couple times a year. Not nearly enough. Let's have a warm welcome for Ravenwolf.
This next song represents the love that a friend of mine has still for his godfather. This song goes out to George Marsh. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't wear it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Mama put these guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. Big black clouds are hanging down. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Feel I'm knocking on heaven's door. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door.
Thank you. Jamie and Heather with Raven Wolf, thank you so much. What a wonderful way to start. There's something about a married couple singing like that together. You know, it's just hot. It is just hot, right? Like you just think about like in your living room at night and you pull your guitars out and you're just jamming. It's a beautiful thing to be able to have that in their marriage. And Heather is our assistant administrator here, and she does everything for this place. She is a miracle for our community, and I just want to thank her for all she does and all that she gives to this center. She has got the most beautiful countenance of just peace and flow, and that's what the sermon is about, and she lives it, and it's a gift to be able to work with that kind of embodiment of flow and ease and kindness and harmony, right? That's so unfortunately rare, you know, and I just got lucky. It's not like you can get that on a resume. I am good at flow and ease, and all the stress can come at me and nothing shakes me. There's just one channel, and it's that, right? So today I'm on the second talk of my new talk series, The New Earth, Opening to the 5D Consciousness. And today's topic is embodying flow and non-resistance. And after I completed this sermon, my goodness, did the universe test me to see if I could stay in flow and non-resistance, right? It's just this universe is honorable because we know the fifth principle of Unity's principles is it's through words, thoughts, and actions we live the truth we know. We create what's going on in our outer lives by what we're harboring inside ourselves. And I'm writing this so effortlessly and in ease and flow, and then life happens. And those walls go up, and it's like, oh, there it is again. Oh, but I know how to address this. Oh, maybe I need to go to some tears right now. Maybe I'm facing some fears right now. Maybe I'm feeling a little cut off from spirit right now as I'm facing this challenge. And I think that's a lot of what this year is about. So throughout time, there has been a call for spiritual awakening. And it has been called many names, including enlightenment, salvation, liberation, self-realization, a quantum leap, and now we have the journey of moving from 3D to 5D consciousness. And we wonder, what is the difference about 3D and 5D consciousness? What sets them apart? And the truth is, while the practice is the same for attaining spiritual awakening and reaching 5D consciousness, the only difference is that everyone is being called to it right now and are going through it, whether by conscious choice or by the universe calling it to you. There's never been a time on earth as now where heightening consciousness is on the table for everyone. Can you feel that, right? So it was a choice. We stepped into the our Buddhist centers or our unity centers or our Christian churches or wherever we found our vibration of God, right? But now it's being called because this consciousness shift has got to happen for the future of a planet that we can live on. That consciousness has to happen in everyone. And so when we have decided to make a conscious choice of moving from 3D to 5D consciousness, we're participating in that process. We're aware of what we're bringing to the consciousness in ourselves and for the universe, obviously. If we don't step in to the practice of meditation, visualization, affirmations, watching our words, watching our thoughts, watching our vibrational feelings about what we're bringing in, then we're a part of the discord that's making everything fall apart right now. So if you don't choose to step in, what happens is it does it for us. And we all know what that's like when the universe does it for us. Things get a little shaky. It's like being in a tumbler, right? Your life all of a sudden has a lot going on, and it's a lot of coming up to, and it's usually a lot of things that have similarities in different ways that are making us go inside into an introspective place of the unhealed shadows that are still inside of us, that have a vibrational pull, that are still bringing a lack of peace and harmony to ourselves and to this world, right? So the goal of awakening to 5D together is we can embody the 5D consciousness by advocating for unity, building each other up with kindness and compassion, reimagining old structures that are no longer serving us, cultivating a oneness with Mother Earth, and working towards living in flow rather than friction. Living in flow rather than living in friction. So we can bring that into our awareness right now, where there is that effortless flow, right? I mean, if we have children or we have animals or we have walks in nature, we can always find a place where there's effortless flow, right? But then when we step back into the office or work or our Zoom calls or our emails, we can find the areas where there's the friction and where the resistance lives. And how can we bring that effortless flow that we feel when we're walking in nature to all of it? How do we do that? And so we have to take to task, what is our spiritual practice daily? Are we meditating? And there's no right or wrong way of meditating. I love when I sit in groups and classes, and right now I'm teaching a book group on Discovering the Power Within You by Eric Butterworth. And it will talk about ways to meditate, but there's many ways. And a lot of times people want to analyze the right way. This is the right way. I did TM, that one worked for me. And it's all these, there's so many forms of meditation, and the one that you fall upon for yourself is the one. So I also ask you when you're listening to this sermon or this talk today, that what doesn't resonate in you, please let it go. You don't need to focus in on it, because this journey is about your own awakening. I'm not right and I'm not wrong. I am just merely sharing what I understand as the spiritual life. And it's what works for me, and so I can only inquire this light for you to take on and bring it into your own beautiful, intimate experience with Spirit and you, right? So a natural awakening doesn't involve anything out of the ordinary. Sometimes people meditate, read, or travel and come up with a renewed sense of purpose and being. But the main initiation usually starts with the spiritual awakening with a sense of inner turmoil. There's usually a conflict. There's usually some sort of a duality that takes place, and that's what makes that firmament start. They say it's in the firmament that Spirit speaks to us, right? When things are going well, things are very peaceful, and ease and flow is really a wonderful place to be. But when we're feeling a firmament where something's colliding, we're being revealed unto ourselves, our truth and our nature, the truth of our highest state of consciousness. And so to go into that duality and to be with it and not to avoid it is a really important thing. To be with your feelings and recognize Because what's happening is we're bubbling up right now. Like last year was a tough year of bubbling up, but there was no path out of it. A lot of us were just growing and growing and like not knowing how to merge into the path that we're supposed to be in. This year is the year of the 8 in numerology. It's about karma. It's about recognizing all the things we learned, and we're supposed to be being placed gently onto the exact path that we're supposed to be on. But that doesn't mean that it comes easily. But what's wonderful is there actually is a direction, which last year felt like, where is this taking us? Who remembers that last year? Yeah. And so we had a lot of that duality, but there was nowhere for it to exit. This is the exit year in an incredible way. All of our abundance, all of our calling, all of the things, our divinity, all of it is coming out now. And it's showing the path. But whatever is a residual that's still doing this inside of us, then there's a little bit more percolating to do. It's not a rushed thing. It's a love thing. It's a love thing with ourselves. It's being that patient, loving nurturer that we might have not had in our lives. Being that unto ourselves to move through these things that might have cut us, broke us, and made us feel less than. And so we still operate from a vibration of brokenness instead of operating from a light bearer, which we all are. So most of our most significant breakthroughs that we all have in life is on the other side of significant change. And could it be that your most significant breakthrough at this season of your life is contingent on a change you are too afraid to make? And if that statement has any truth in it, you are the one that is holding you back. It's not God hindering you. There is no God that would hinder you. You don't realize how much God, source, spirit, whatever word makes you feel hugged and loved, wants the best for you and loves you more than you could ever bestow yourself on it. We're the ones that stay in the limitation and the brokenness, because somehow that's worked for us up till now. But I think most of us are feeling like we don't want to feel that doubt anymore. We don't want to feel that shame anymore. We don't want to carry this baggage with us anymore. We want freedom. That's what my talk was about last week. Living in freedom. That to me is abundance. Living in freedom is a place of peace. Living in freedom means everybody else's opinions about what they think we should do about our lives matters to us. Because our jury and judge is ourselves with God, with Spirit, right? So it's not God hindering you, but if you're feeling like you're frozen in the fear of the unknown, it's very important here. The most significant, rewarding change you could ever make is on the other side of the thing that you fear to let go. So let's sit with that for a second. Is there something in your life right now that is pushing up against where you're feeling resistance and you feel that wall go up because you just simply can't see how you can surrender, reflect, and let go of the old version of you that always pushed up against this? Because once that person doesn't exist in you anymore, this is your true calling, your true opportunity. When you move beyond this stifling, paralyzing fear of becoming the most incredible version of yourself, when you're willing to let go and understand that Spirit is doing this for you. And it doesn't have to be hard, and it actually doesn't have to be long either. It can actually be quite quick. The moment you make the decision to get in that river, get in that boat, and drop your oars. And have faith that something greater is at hand here. And it's not something that's separate from you. It's your highest consciousness that came in born knowing your calling, knowing your wisdom. But the journey is about awakening and cracking open and more and more and more and more. And now look at where we are. We're like right here, 5D, 3D. This is actually not that far apart. It's a powerful place to be. And we all are going into 5D, and we're going back to 3D, and we're doing both, right? That's kind of the nature of the human spiritual experience. But what happens when we stop going back and forth, and we can live in both, in just the 5D? So again, my last talk series was the year of 2024, and talking about it being the year of 8 in numerology. And it represents the process for karmic balance and manifestation, abundance and success, a year for yielding strength and empowerment and the grace of spiritual harmony. So this is all the things that are added unto us this year. And so when you're feeling a tug away from these wonderful things happening, it's just right here. There's just a little more reflection, a little more forgiveness, a little more quiet to find our way through to this spiritual harmony that is promised. So reaction versus response. 3D consciousness often involves reactive behavior, driven by triggers and conditioned responses. On the other hand, 5D consciousness enables a more thoughtful and intentional response to situations, fostering harmony, releasing, and surrender. So if you're finding yourself being triggered by conditions, then we know, again, there's a deepening, there's an opening, but this lives in 3D consciousness. That this is something that has to be moved through to really bring us up to the 5D energy field, which is harmony, freedom, peace, right? The Buddha says that being in the state of pain or living in a state of anxiety or in a state of suffering comes from attachment. So when you are attached to things, attached to people, attached to identity, attached to philosophies, attached to all these things, then you end up being in situations where you experience pain. However, you don't have to experience suffering if you live in a state of no expectation, where you are just living life, taking it day by day, step by step, and enjoying yourself. Taking it day by day, step by step. And you are enjoying yourself. Who's enjoying themselves right now? That's wonderful. I love it. I saw somebody put 2 arms up. I like that. That's good for you. It's like, yeah. Enjoying life right now. That's what it's about, ultimately, isn't it? Look at this beautiful weather we're having right now. I mean, I had sandals on when I left. I think I'm being a little too pushy here. I think we do need more snow, considering I live near Lyons, and it's like, it gets a little nerve-wracking if we don't get enough water on this earth during the winter. So the key to let go of worry and let it be, let the current that is building your every step through a move, it's really significant to let go of worry. Worry is a pretty big constant in people's lives. We lay down at night and we kind of go over all of the things of the day that we got threatened by or the difficulties, and then we worry about the next day, about this thing that's waiting for us that is coming up, and it will affect our sleep. And lots of people's complaints right now is they're not sleeping well. And it would make sense that you haven't slept well in the last few days because we had a powerful full moon, and that means that you're just cleansing things, and it's good to be around that moonlight because it's healing and it's holy. But Jesus taught us to trust and have faith. Jesus was speaking as the Christ, which is the divine spirit within us all. We are the Christ. Do you realize that? So when we speak about Jesus Christ, we're not talking about a separate entity that preceded us in time. We're speaking of a consciousness that he showed us, and he said, you too will work the miracles that I do because I go to the Father. What he's saying is, I go to my highest consciousness. I go to up on the mountain. He always is going upward. If you notice in his stories, he's going upward, which is always going up into meditation. He always meditates or he prays in high consciousness. So let us take a little note from the Bible there. Get up, get away, get up above it. Get to the eagle view. Start witnessing your life from outside of it. Witness yourself, powerful, healed, loved, expressing. Get up above and just start soaring and recognizing what is at hand here. In Matthew 11:28 through 30, Jesus said, come to me, all you that are weary, and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Come to me, all you that are weary and are carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. So again, this sounds like we're going into the physical Christ, and he's going to hold and harbor this place of rest. That's not what it's saying. It's saying, come to me. Come into the highest version of yourself and find rest in your own consciousness. Implement that, right? That the Holy Trinity and unity is its divine mind, divine ideas, and divine expression. We get into the divine mind, which is the highest consciousness, and we let the divine ideas land and percolate and grow. And then they eventually express into things that most people call miracles because they didn't believe it was possible. But when we have a belief or we have a faith that all these things shall be added unto us, it happens. So having this rest in this higher consciousness, right? So we always let you know that unity is not a religious-centered or church-centered spiritual center or a Jesus-centered or dogma-centered. Jesus stressed a spiritual philosophy that is you-centered. You do not accomplish Jesus' ideal simply by believing things about him. You must come to believe about yourself what Jesus believed about himself. So this journey has a practice, and it has 5 principles that we live by, and it has the 12 powers of men, and there's many different tools that we are taught to attain this higher consciousness. But ultimately, it's an introspective process where we follow our intuition. The most important thing is to follow this. When your soul says, no, it's not a good time to go to lunch with this particular person energetically, or nope, this is not the job, but even though you're desperate for money, you're thinking, I'm just going to go. And everything in your body says no. When you live in flow, something's going to come up right after that. That's exactly what you need. Right? When we're pushing up against this spiritual instinct beyond the 5 senses, it's the ears of the soul. The ears of the soul are different than these ears. It picks up on these frequencies of the vibrational things that we're calling towards ourselves. Right? So when you're looking for a doctor, you're looking for a naturopath, you follow these ears. And you don't defy them. Because this is never going to lie right here. This never lies to you. And yet we question ourselves so often and don't question people and outer situations, like doctors and things like this. We go, oh, well, that's what they said, so I'm going to believe I have cancer. Right? Or I'm going to believe that I'm broken, or I'm going to believe that I need trauma therapy, or we work with spirit. And we listen to, because you're going to have the right healer that's going to come in your place. Somebody's going to get you to a Reiki table, or you're going to go get a massage, and you're going to get some self-care in there, where you remember the truth of your being. The part of you that has no brokenness, but is pure light. And then you are co-creator, manifester of all the things that you are needing, which is healing, finances, shelter, happiness, partnership, friendship. So right now we're listening to the 5th dimensional consciousness manifestation frequency. So each week I've been playing different frequencies. Last week we were doing the frequency of God. Today this is the frequency of 5D. And I always just give visuals on the back so we can just use our eyes to relax and enjoy this beauty behind me. Listening to the music, just even if the sermon is like, I'm not really feeling it, just listen to the music then. Just really not feeling her today. Let's just connect with this vibration. It won't hurt my feelings. We are here to witness the most amazing show on earth, the rising of consciousness once again. We are here to witness the most amazing show on earth, and we all are invited to participate. Isn't that cool? Everybody's being invited, or they might not feel invited, but they're still going to come and participate with us. That's what's different about spiritual awakening and the choice of participating versus the universe going, okay, well, we're going to shake things up a bit till all of a sudden we have to go inside and go, okay, what is the truth of my being? I want to know the strengths that live within me. I want to know that I am capable of overcoming with ease and flow that which is being put in front of me. So as you move to the fifth dimension, one of the things is that your energy body will restructure itself completely. I know that this may be more challenging to spot, but you'll definitely feel it as the restructuring will be coming to completion. We clear out the cellular memories, so a lot of us are having some cellular memories coming up right now, and remove the old energy templates that no longer serve them. We clear, we start getting an upgrade to your system. So you'll start getting an upgrade of your system. Maybe you are feeling like you are having much stronger intuitive nudges. Who's feeling that? Like more divine guidance. Or you're feeling like your dreams are wacky right now. Aren't they? I mean, these are all signs of, yeah, I had some amazing dreams last night. I could not tell you what they mean, but I know that they're downloading and they're finding a place, and I will have the revelation of what was that about, right? You'll also notice many old patterns being more obvious, so you can start releasing them from your system. And we can start by embodying flow and non-resistance, or another word for it is surrender. Eckhart Tolle talked about non-resistance. He said, non-resistance doesn't necessarily mean doing nothing. All it means is that any doing becomes non-reactive. Remember the deep wisdom underlying the practice of Eastern martial arts. Don't resist the opponent force, yield to overcome. Having said that, doing nothing when you are in a state of intense presence is a very powerful transformer and healer of situations and people. In Taoism, there is a term called wu-wei, which is usually translated as actionless activity or sitting quietly doing nothing. In ancient China, this was regarded as one of the highest achievements or virtues. Actionless activity. When you figure out what that is, come and tell me. No, I'm just kidding. I understand it here. How do we embody that? Okay. So the ego believes that in your resistance lies your strength, whereas in truth, resistance cuts you off from being. The only place of true power. Resistance is weakness and fear masquerading as strength. Resistance is weakness and fear masquerading as strength. What the ego sees as weakness is your being in its purity, innocence, and power. What it sees as strength is weakness. So the ego exists in a continuous resistance mode and plays counterfeit roles to cover up your weakness, which in truth is your power. It's like, you know, when you really think about it, your vulnerability, your authentic self, your authentic truth. That's all we all want to see in you. All these masks and veils that we put in front of ourselves to hide ourselves instead of showing our God creation as us in expression. You don't realize how much we're all hungry to see you in your truth. I know I'm hungry for that. That's what I want to be surrounded with, are people that have put their masks aside and the veils aside and reveal their authentic being, their light being. And that doesn't mean that being is happy all the time. That being is authentic and real. And you know when you are around those authentic people because it just permeates your entire aura. You find yourself with tears in your eyes when they talk to you because they're speaking directly to your own soul, and then your soul gets to speak to their soul. And then something's happening in that kind of a community way, right? That's what this place is for. That's why we have community, to be able to spiritually find the friends that can meet in their truth and think about the conditions of life, talk about the things of the world, and not get caught up and resisting what we're seeing of the world, but merely observing How can I participate as a calm, spiritual co-creator, vibrationally, to bring more love to this planet, to bring more love to other people, to bring more love to myself? So Jesus told us to let go of worry. Most familiar is the Sermon on the Mount, where he expounds on this idea at length. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather it into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of the same or more value than they? And can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your span of life? No, it's taking our life away. I mean, let's be honest. Worry is a bummer. Worry is taking your life from you, literally. And he also went on in Matthew 6:3, and he said, but seek ye first the kingdom, and all these things shall be added unto you. Seek ye first the kingdom of God within you, and then all these things will be added unto you. This is the journey towards inner surrender. Seek ye first the kingdom means kingdom of heaven. We were told that the kingdom of heaven is in the very midst of us. We create this heaven on earth. With our words, thoughts, and actions, we live the truth we know. The fifth principle of unity. Through words, thoughts, and actions. So if we think, and I also think it should say, and feelings, right? So words, thoughts, vibration, feelings, and actions, we live the truth we know. Because what it comes down to is, if you believe that the kingdom of heaven is in the very midst of you, your life is to find that and to create it and to cultivate it in every aspect of your life. Otherwise, you're going to keep talking about who's getting at you, who's against you, why life is against you, why God's against you, why, we have all sorts of things of why our peace is taken away from us. But the truth is we haven't seeked ye first the kingdom of heaven within the midst of us. And so also people haven't experienced the heaven that's within the midst of us. They're experiencing the explosions and the broken and the fragmented versions of ourselves, which is adding unto them more negativity and hardship. And so when people are seeking ye first the kingdom of God within them, you're probably not around people as often as you used to be. Because the speed of the world right now is a lot. And we don't really want to be talked at by people right now. It's like, who's feeling like they need to be isolated more from people? Majorly. Like, I'm like hiding in my house. And that is not me. I'm like such a social person. In the last year and a half, I literally go on my walks with like glasses and stuff on so I don't run into anybody that knows me, so I can just be in nature, be with my dog, walk with my kids, be with my husband, be with the things that are the fillers of this kingdom of heaven, and I can give it back to them. And until I can fill this glass all the way up here while I'm still dealing with some of my own traumas, I can't get out there. I can't get back out there, and it's okay. This is a beautiful place to be, because you know what you're choosing? Is to work with this energy. You are cultivating a relationship with the heaven of God within you. And my ear just rang, so God just said, yes, yes. When you hear that ear ring, that's the Spirit saying yes. It's validating, what did you just say? When you start to find the signs and symbols of Spirit validating what is right and what's wrong, it comes through your words, and you're going to start noticing that you have these things that happen in your body that makes you realize that you're not alone. You've got your spirit guides, you've got your grandparents, you've got the people on the other side. This veil is so thin right now with everything that's going on in this world. They're here cheering us on to find peace in a very difficult world to find it in. When you know your own divinity, you know it is not for just a day, but for always. As a perfect child of God, you are richly endowed with an all-sufficiency in all things. You know that God is your instant, constant, and abundant supply. When you seek first the kingdom of heaven within you, you meditate deeply on the truth of your oneness with God. You enter a higher dimension in thought, and you come to live with the license of a higher order of beings. There is no concern for tomorrow only exists when it becomes today. And when it becomes today, it brings its own challenges and its own blessings and another opportunity to discover the kingdom of heaven within you. I love you guys. Awesome.
Well, once again, we have freely received inspiration to live on and live by. And we have our opportunity now to give back, try to keep unity going. This is what we do. We're still in the world, even though what we teach takes us to another dimension of consciousness. This physical apparatus we call a building has requirements and has costs and needs, and so does the staff and everything that takes place here. So giving to unity is giving to that channel through which you receive the Word of God. Think about that as you take your tithe into your hand, and let's bless it with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. And we have, again, the opportunity to listen to Raven Wolf. All right.
I'd like to thank Jack because he's my mentor, he's my guitar instructor. A lot of people don't know that. He's instructed me to wear less strings. So I usually wear a 12 string. I'm down to 6. He wants me to go to 4. So I'll be there soon.
I know, but there's less mistakes with 4.
It hurts me.
It's more strings, more mistakes.
He's on me, like
Okay.
he
All right.
falls on me.
Okay, Jamie, you have to get this now.
Okay.
This is, okay.
I'm using 6 strings, Jack.
I just want to thank Santisha for all those beautiful things she said. I was very touched, and as much as she feels I've given them, the Groverlands have given me so much more on my spiritual path.
Crossroads seem to come and go. The gypsy rides from coast to coast, knowing many but loving none, bearing sorrow, having fun. But I know he's on the run. Too sweet Melissa, Melissa. Freight trains, each car looks the same, all the same, and no one knows the gypsy name. side. There are no blankets where he lies, but in his deepest dream the gypsy flies. Sweet Melissa, again the morning's come, again he's on the run, cool wind running through his hair, pretending not to have a care. So pick up your gear and gypsy, roll on and on and on and on and on. Crossroads, will you ever let him go? No, no, no. Will you hide the dead man's ghost? Will he lie beneath the clay? Will his spirit fly away? But I know that he won't stay without Melissa. Sweet Melissa. But I know that he won't stay without Melissa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's Louis Jordan. That's Josh. Thanks again.
We want you to know that we have prayer partners available to you today. If you're facing a challenge and you'd like to share with a prayer partner, and they'll mirror back that beautiful power of heaven within you, they'll stand up right now, and they don't have their sashes on today because they're being cleaned, but they usually have white sashes on. So what you have to do is just stay seated in your seat at the completion of the service, and then they'll come find you and pray with you either in the sanctuary or down in our beautiful meditation room. And I will have a discussion group 10 minutes after the service back here if you want to come and just share what's on your heart, something that was evoked in you today and you want to share it with each other, and let's build community. I'll be back there in about 10 minutes, and I'll announce it in the fellowship hall, so make sure you get refreshments before we go into the circle. We need choir members, and I need soloists. Do I have any singers in this congregation that can sing? I need you. So can you write your name down and give it to Heather in the bookstore? I need you. Please help us. I had one of my main soloists canceled today, so I need another woman. I could use another man, too, if there's anybody else that's feeling like, you're ready to sing. All right.
I haven't picked hard music. It's something that you can really sing, so please come to choir. And you get to meet people that are your friends for the rest of your life.
Your mic is off. Here.
It's off?
Just do it again.
My mic?
Just use my mic.
They heard me. Didn't you hear me?
No, she heard you.
Okay.
Loud voice.
All right. Do you have anything on your heart, sir?
Choir, 6:30 Thursday night. Show up and enjoy singing in a unity choir.
All right, let's all rise, and we're going to go into a circle for Let There Be Peace on Earth, going up this aisle and all the way around. He's going to come up here and take pictures of this moment. Get the band, too. Yeah, you're going to get there.
All right. My life.
Let's take in all these faces of God. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful time together. Let's sing together and let's sing for all of Boulder to hear us. Here we go. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous hour. To take and live in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And once again, a church that dances together stays together. Here we go. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I want to hear you. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Now, church, I want to hear you. In the Spirit. You sound awesome. And my heart. Yes, I'm only here for God. No